Hello Star Citizens, BuzZz here, and welcome back to the channel. So I just got back from my latest business trip, and again, as always, it's good to be back. I was gone for a month this time, so I missed out on a lot of interesting updates with Star Citizen. One of the best things I missed, and I'm glad I'm back to try out now, is the Vanguard Warden, which is now flight ready. Now, of course, I missed the initial launch. They said that when it first came out, it was a little too nimble. And I didn't really get to try it out on my laptop. Because my laptop, as I said in my previous video, is just not powerful enough to run Star Citizen above 10 frames per second. But now that we're home and on my desktop rig, everything's nice and smooth again. And the ship just looks beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and take off, show you the takeoff animations for the wings and the landing gear, and then we'll do a quick test flight and eventually take it into Vanduul Swarm, and I'll give you my impressions on the ship. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'm going to lift her up just off the deck, and then reposition the camera here so we can see the animations. Here we go.
Landing gear retracted.
Very, very nice. I don't know what it is. I know they're completely useless in space, and now that they've told us they're not going to use aerodynamics in planets, the wings are completely useless, but I still love them. It just looks awesome. Very cool. Alright, let's go ahead and go into first person. Let's take her out for a little spin. Now, as I said, I missed out on the initial release where they said it was too maneuverable. And they actually nerfed it in the latest hotfix for the 2.1 patch. So as I said, since I didn't get that chance to try, I don't have anything to base it off of other than other ships. And really, I think the ship handles just fine. It handles about how I'd expect it to handle. It's not super maneuverable, it doesn't change directions super fast, but it's got a nice smooth feel to it. And it changes directions well. I mean, it's a heavy ship. It feels like a heavy ship, but it still has a good rotational capability. So it can keep its nose on target, which is very, very important for the ship, because it has the 4 fixed size 2 laser cannons on the front, which are just friggin' crazy. And of course, I believe it's size 4 Gatling cannon. Let's take a look at that real quick. I want to see that animation. Let's try another view. Yeah, the pilot view should give us a pretty... There we go. Nice close look at... Oh, yeah. It's using the same sound effects as the one on the Merlin. And it looks good. It sounds great. Alright. Oh, let's check out, see if we can see some of the thrusters animating. Okay, you can see the one under the wing there moves as I change direction. Not seeing any thruster effects. Oh, there we go. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so the main engines, you have main engines and you have additional fixed thrusters on the back. So really, I guess it has a total of... Well, I don't know. Do these count as 2 separate thrusters on the back, on each pylon here? If so, it looks like it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 you know, rear-facing thrusters. So, I mean, yeah, the ship should be crazy fast. That kind of makes sense for its maneuverability, because this ship handles, I think it handles better than the Super Hornet does. And while I'm not sure what the weight difference is between the two ships, I'll have to look that up. I think this ship has a better power to weight ratio. Okay, so those forward circles are definitely just intakes. Your Elytra thrusters are right on the side of the cockpit. So that's different than what I expected. But overall, I mean, yeah, for the ship of its size, I think it handles great. It's definitely going to be really good against larger craft. And I've been trying it out over the past couple days, getting a feel for it. I took it out into Port Olisar, and I got into a few scrapes, and I came out on top. I went this ship versus a Constellation, another Vanguard, and a Hornet, and I killed the other Vanguard. I beat down the Constellation. He finally left. Well, he didn't leave. He had to exit his seat and kill himself because I couldn't destroy it completely for some reason, but I think I knocked out all his engines. And the Hornet took a few hits and ran away. And the ship held up great. I mean, I really enjoyed flying it. But let's go ahead and give it a test in Vanduul Swarm.
Aegis combat assist.
Okay, we're loading in. Sorry for the screen flickering. I do have SLI enabled to give you guys the smoothest frame rates I can. Now the first thing I'm going to do is adjust, if I can get it to work. There we go. I'm going to adjust my displays because there's some problems with the displays. You can't tell your shield and damage indicator. I'll leave that on target status because that one kind of works. Alright. Let's get started. Now the Gatling cannon has some serious range, but you can see the projectile velocity is pretty slow. And there's quite a big difference between your main cannons here and that Gatling gun. So they don't mesh up very often. Come on. There we go. But when you do hit with those main cannons, they do some serious damage. And I'm just doing absolutely horrible today. I was playing this yesterday with a custom setup. He just went out. And I was killing him left and right. I mean, it was bam, 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 dead. Bam, bam, dead. Today, for some reason, I seem to have some issues just hitting. There we go. Yeah, the ship's weapons are just crazy powerful. I don't use the Gatling cannon very often. It does decent damage, but as I said, it's just really hard to hit. So here, let me just use the Gatling cannon on this guy. Let's see how long it takes to take him down. There. So yeah, really good. Really good damage. Just as I said, it's really hard to get the two guns to merge. You might notice my throttle's not moving. And that's because I've switched to a dual stick setup. I subscribe to a guy who does training videos. His name is, well, I'm not sure what his actual name is in game, but his channel on YouTube is Legacy Instructional Series. And he puts out some really great training videos, and he switched to a dual stick setup. And I've got strafe forward and back set on my left stick. And I really like the control it gives me. I've got the strafe on that stick as well, on the left and right axis. And my roll is on that stick as well. I'm still using my Warthog as my right stick, because this precision is amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a twist axis, so the only axis I don't have bound is my strafe up and down. So yeah, as I said, I really don't like the Gatling cannon's speed. I'm trying to get evasive here because looks like my shield's down. Here, let's discourage these guys a little bit. Man, they're pounding on me. Bam! I love this ship. Oh, there's my wingman. But anyway, as I was trying to say before, I actually like to change out that Gatling cannon. And even though there really isn't any other good weapons in that size class, what I tend to do is I also have a Constellation. And I pull the laser cannon off of the Constellation. And I use that on my nose. And it works out really great. I made some videos of me using that setup, just plowing through Vandal Swarm, and I'll probably post that video later after I put it all together. But yeah, you see we tore through the first 3 waves fairly easily. I was a little slow to start, but let's go ahead and go to an external view and see. Okay, no damage. I wonder if I can get these guys to beat me up a little bit. Get their attention. Okay, so welcome back to the hangar. Unfortunately, I had to cut a little bit short there because the Vanduul just weren't cooperating. They were more interested in shooting my wingmen than me. So I wasn't able to show off the damage model of this ship like I wanted to. But that's okay. I mean, it's using the same damage model as the Gladius over there. It looks good while it's getting destroyed. And actually it takes a while. It's a tough ship. Which you'd kind of expect for something this large as a heavy dogfighter. So we're going to go into the next section of the video that I'm going to call Is It Worth It? And I'm actually going to be taking a look at all of my ship reviews because a lot of them are obsolete. A lot of the ships have gone through balance passes, weapon size changes, and so once Item System 2.0 comes out and we've got the multiple shield systems and the standardized weapon sizes and all that stuff for all the equipment, I'll be able to get a much better review on the ships. But we're going to start off, even though 2.0, Item System 2.0 is not out yet, we'll start off with this ship and give you an idea of what those future videos are going to look like. So, the Vanguard Warden. Is it worth it? Let's start off with Pledge. This ship is currently $250 to purchase. This is the base Vanguard Warden. And of course you can get the battle upgrade kits to convert it into a Harbinger, which is the bomber, and I can't remember what the electronic warfare version is called, but it has one of those too. You can also buy those ships. They're a little bit more expensive, and you can get the battlefield upgrade kit to change it into a Warden. But right now the Warden is the only one that's flyable. So is it worth 250 bucks? Honestly, I'd have to say probably not. As the game sits right now, this ship doesn't give you much of an advantage. Well, I think it doesn't give you any advantage over the Super Hornet. I think the Super Hornet is still the king of Arena Commander. And much cheaper. Even though I don't think you can buy either ship right now. They're limited ships. You'll have to wait until a special sale. So the next portion, let's talk about renting. With the current system, this ship is available for rent for 25,000 REC. That's rental equipment credits. That's the currency you earn in-game right now in Arena Commander to rent ships. And for 25,000 REC, you get this ship for a week. Unfortunately, I can't say it's worth that either. If you're looking to grind credits, this is not the ship to grind credits in. That's very expensive. That's the most expensive ship in the store right now for rentals. The Super Hornet is 16,500, and that's still super expensive. If you're looking to grind credits, I'd suggest a cheaper ship. The Avenger over there is a good choice, so was the Gladius. They're both much cheaper to rent, and they're capable dogfighters. They're good for grinding wreck in Battle Royale or Team Battle, whichever mode you prefer. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't rent this ship. If you've got the extra REC laying around, by all means, rent this ship. Try it out, because it is a joy to fly. It's got a similar setup to as the Cutlass, but I think it's a much more capable dogfighter than the Cutlass. Of course, this doesn't have any cargo capacity, where the Cutlass is kind of a hybrid, so it loses some of its fighting capability versus this ship. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. It's a beautiful ship, fun to fly, just a little on the expensive side. So now, before I close the video, I want to talk about my subscribers. We are currently just over 2,000 subscribers, and as I promised in my last video, I'm going to do a ship giveaway. You guys got me a Gladius. Unfortunately, I can't give away the Gladius. So what I am going to do, I have decided, I'm going to unmelt. I have an LTI Reliant core. That's the base Reliant, the cargo hauler. So I'm going to unmelt that and do a ship giveaway. So stay tuned. In my next video, I'll let you guys know exactly how you can win an LTI Reliant core. Just a little thank you for everything you guys have done for me, for all your support. Anyway, that about wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. And I'm no longer posting my videos on Reddit because I've been told it's a no-no to do self-promotion like that. So if you really enjoyed the video, please feel free to link it up on the Star Citizen subreddit, and I'll stop in and say hi. But yeah, that's about it. Until next time, this has been BuzZz, and I'll see you guys in the verse.